Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to my channel. I was asked a couple of questions that I felt that need to have some more deep in-depth answers, and I wanted to go ahead and film a video answering these questions just in case anybody else might have this same question in mind. Okay, and the questions is, I have quite a few, but the very first one that really needed the most really thought out answers was why I chose Braidlocks to start my locks with out of all the other ways of starting locks. And there's more than one reason why I chose Braidlocks, so if you're interested in watching and listening and hearing, please stay tuned. But first things first, if you're new here and this is your first time viewing any of my content, welcome and thank you so much for tuning in and stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and start answering these questions. Okay, so that is the first question, is why I chose Braidlocks over all other ways of starting locks. Now, if you see me looking to the side over here, I mean the answers to the questions is over here on the side. Anyways, okay, well, my first question is, it really was a random act. When I did do this, I just wanted to see, well, you know, hey, I just started interlocking because my braids had got to be so, they were real loose at the roots, okay, and I had somewhere I had to be. And I wanted my hair to look decent, of course. So even though my hair looked decent, period, but you know, it was just that thing where you just want a fresh, you know, look without taking down all of these braids and re-braiding it over. I wasn't trying to do that. So I just started interlocking, and that's really what started it. Okay, now, prior to that, I had been watching others' videos about, you know, all the ones who was braid locked and what they thought and how they liked it and different things like that, and I liked what they said. Number two, Braidlocks to me was very, very less expensive. I didn't have to pay a soul for something that I could do myself. Not knocking the fact that, yeah, I wouldn't have mind having the micro locks, and I would have loved to had sister locks, but at that time when I started, I wasn't able to afford them, or I wasn't able to have anyone that could help me get them, you know. So that was far as the micro locks, and far as the sister locks, I was not able to afford it. Okay, so I'm saying, okay, something has to, you know, be better than this. I got to be able to do something. So that's when the researching began. I was already getting tired of like trying to figure out what to do with my loose hair, you know, when my hair was loose. The biggest thing that I had really just started rocking was just puffs, and I really was getting tired of that because the bands was getting on my nerves. I noticed that it was like all around my edges was starting to just, you know, like wreak havoc of, you know, banding it, having my hair going up like this all the time. So something had to give, okay? Something had to give, and that's the best thing I could think of. I wanted the smaller locks. I didn't want the big fat ones, and between sister locks, micro locks, and braid locks would have gave me that look. So that was another reason why I went to it. And number three is definitely, I started to do mini twists. I started to do those, but I know how mini twists shrinks up, and I didn't kind of like want the shrinkage like that. I kind of wanted the, you know, the length, and braid locks over top that. So that's the reason why I didn't go with the twist, you know, the 2-strand twist. And number four, they are easier to maintain without a lot of unraveling. Yes, they are very easy to maintain without a lot of unraveling. They will get loose on the ends, as you can see, but they will quickly get themselves back in order if you know what you're doing, okay? So I'm still learning. It's still a learning process, but as I go, it's getting much better, okay? Number five, I checked out other people who had braid locks, and I liked how their hair looked. I even seen some who started all the way up until now. I still watch their videos and stuff. Hair is just beautiful. I mean, their hair is gorgeous, just gorgeous. So it was like, I was getting to the fact where it was really a no-brainer, okay? And like I had said, number 6, I wanted the smaller locks over the other sized locks, is because I wanted them small to where I can just, you know, put them in a style or whatever it is that I want to do, and they're going to look good, you know. Whereas if I want to twist them, if I want to, you know, just braid them, maybe, you know, do like a roller set, then these locks like this is what will give you, I think, will give you that skinniness to where they're not so thick, you know, and you can easily go ahead and do all of that. So that was really it. I'm trying to see now, did I make sure I got everything? Okay, I did them at random. Number 2, they was definitely not expensive. Number 3 was less shrinkage. Number 4, they was easy to maintain without a lot of unraveling. Number 5 is I checked out other people's channels and the ones that had them, and they seemed satisfied with them and, you know, liked them. Number 6, I wanted the smaller locks over the other locks. So that really was it, guys. That really was it. When it comes down to the reasons why I chose Braidlocks. Now, I had a few other questions. It says, the next question was why I interlock and not retwist. Okay, why I chose to interlock my hair and not retwist is because I sweats in the head a lot. And I feel that me having a retwist, it wouldn't last long to where I would have to keep doing that. Whereas with interlocking, it's like I can sweat all I want. It's not, you know, going to mess up that. It's not going to interfere. The only way interlocking is messed up is either hair is growing out or around the scalp, you know, around each lock or something like that. But it has nothing to do with as far as me sweating in the head, and I am so glad, okay? So that was it with that. And my last question I had was, will I freeform my hair? I thought about it. I thought about it, but right now I'm not doing it. I want my hair to get maybe a little bit more length to it before I just officially decide to freeform. And then when I freeform, I really wouldn't just freeform where I'm not doing anything to it. I would mainly do like a semi-freeform, where it's like I'll wait a couple of months before I either retwist or whatever it is that I might choose to do by the time, you know, by the time I figure out how I'm going to maintain it, then I'll be then figured out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to maintain it. But I wouldn't do just an all-out freeform, even though I love how people's hair look that does that, and it still is like to me it's like some type of a craft and skill, because I still feel to some way they doing something, because the way the hair just looks after they have did that, it still have this, I don't know, it has a look, you know, it's its own style. And I just think that it's probably something that they doing on the side. They just ain't told nobody yet. You know, I don't know, but I like the freeform locks, but I have thought about it, but right now I haven't, you know, decided to do it. But yeah, that's really it that's the answers to those questions. I wanted to go ahead and just put those questions out there, because if anyone else that is thinking about braid locks, then these are my reasons of why I chose them. And yeah, it just was it was basically after I did a little research, I had already had in my mind to do the braid locks, and because it was just the way to go at the time, you know, and so I was basically like, okay, I'm not about to take these braids down, so I pushed myself on into doing it. But yeah, so that's really it, guys. So if there's any other questions that I didn't answer in this video, leave them in the comments section of this video. And if I get enough questions, I will make another video, okay? So with that being said, if you've got to this part of the video and you liked what you've heard, like what you saw, everything fits okay, go ahead and thumbs up that video, share it to anyone that you feel can use this information, and I hope that it was helpful to you and entertaining, or, you know, hey, whatever it might have been. But anyways, I thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try to upload videos every Tuesdays, maybe Thursdays, if it's in the schedule. You know, I'm going to try my best to stick to that, you know, and trying to make this thing work. Now, that's the thing. I'm not exactly sure what it is I'm going to be uploading. That's why you have to go ahead while you're here. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already hit it. And make sure you click that notification bell. That way you'll be the first to know when I do upload a video. And you'll be the first to see it. So I thank you all so very much for watching. Wish you all a great day. So until the next. Peace and hugs. Bye.